Room number 7. Silence was never complete in the underground clinic. Even in its darkest chambers, there was always a faint hum, the whisper of machines that never slept. Among them, room number 7 was the oldest, and it reeked of secrets. The air was thick and metallic, the walls slick with condensation. Instruments hung from the ceiling like dissected insects, swaying gently, catching flickers of red emergency lights that pulsed like a fading heartbeat. They brought her in strapped to a stretcher. The girl was unconscious, young, skin pale, almost luminous. Her body was bruised, her face bandaged. 4 figures in long black coats surrounded her. Not quite human, though they once were. Their limbs were elongated, spines arched unnaturally, and their eyes bulbous, wet, glowing with a cold intellect. "She's malformed," muttered Dr. Varek, peering over his cracked lenses. "Absolutely no trace of cranial distortion. Her symmetry is grotesque. An abomination," agreed Dr. Elsha, tapping a claw-like finger against her datapad. "Her proportions are archaic. That nose, those lips, relics of a long-forgotten strain. A rogue specimen," added Dr. Hallam. "Unacceptable among our people. A danger to aesthetic continuity." They weren't talking about saving her. They were talking about fixing her. The society above had evolved beyond traditional beauty. Millennia ago, the standard had shifted. The once called human ideal had given way to angular forms, hardened skin, deliberate asymmetry. True beauty now was a mosaic of jaggedness. Symmetry had become offensive. She was perfect by ancient standards. And that was the horror. The surgeons began their work. Scalpels hissed, skin split with surgical precision. Bones were rebroken, repositioned. They carved away her identity, reshaping it into something acceptable. All the while they whispered, "Such fragility. It disgusts me. She'll thank us when she awakens." But deep inside her, behind the anesthesia, beneath the restraints, she dreamed. She dreamed of laughter under sunlight, of war-on skin, of eyes that met hers with kindness. Those dreams began to burn. When they finished, hours had passed. They stepped back to observe the masterpiece. "Lights," Dr. Elsha ordered. A bright, clinical glow bathed the room. Shadows recoiled. The girl opened her eyes slowly. She sat up and gasped. Not from pain, but recognition. She reached for her face and felt nothing different. "What did you do to me?" Her voice was weak but clear. The surgeons looked at one another. Dr. Varek rushed to a screen, replaying the surgical feed. They had done everything right. Yet, her beauty remained. In fact, it had intensified. "No, this can't be," whispered Dr. Hallam. "She's radiant." And then something else happened. One of the reflective tools on the tray, a scalpel, caught their attention. They saw themselves and screamed. Their own faces, once standard, once celebrated, now appeared monstrous in contrast. Grey, with folds and boils, eyes misplaced, mouths stretched into permanent sneers, their hands trembled. She wasn't the monster. They were. "No procedure can reverse this," Elsha hissed, backing away. "She's the past, come to condemn us." But the woman stood tall now. Her eyes glowed with understanding. And something else. Pity. She walked between them. The doors slid open. Light flooded in. Not the harsh lights of the operating room, but true light, natural light, golden and warm. She stepped into it. The doctors recoiled like insects, their skin hissing in the brightness. One by one, they collapsed to the floor, covering their deformed faces, weeping. She was the beauty of before, and they were the future's monsters. The truth was simple. She had never needed correction. It was the world that had gone wrong.